Welcome back to the Keep Your Torch Lit podcast. I'm Sarah Z.
I thought it was Sarah G.
Oh.
Stop.
I am Jack Teigelman.
I'm Sam Morris.
Guess what, guys?
What?
I'm not in Chicago this time. I'm
Oh,
some random
what?
adult. I'm some random adult in Florida this week.
Wow. Making big moves out here.
You want to know who's from Florida? Is Senator Marco Rubio. That's just a fun fact of the day for you.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Who would have known that? The
Yeah.
senator from Florida.
Famously known as Little Marco.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there you go. Trivia fact of the day. You can tell that to your friend if they're like, do you have a trivia fact for me right now? And you'll have it ready. What's Florida like? Does it have alligators all over the place and things like that?
Well, so I'm in Tampa in some like hotel right now because I have conferences. But there's palm trees, there's sun. I haven't seen an alligator yet.
Is it crocodiles or alligators? I always get them mixed up. Which one lives in Florida? It's the Florida Gators, right? So
yeah, it's the Florida Gators.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, they're alligators.
By the way, I want to give a shout out to one of our viewers named Shelly, who we don't know you personally, and I think you're one of the first viewers we know of who we don't know, but you favorited our podcast. So we just want to tell you, Shelly, that we favorite you back.
Yeah.
Same with Nicole. I think Nicole was actually the first one.
We have so many fans.
So many fans.
So thankful.
All right, jumping in.
Let's kick it off on this episode 3 of Survivor Michigan. This one's called
Casualty of the Job.
Casualty of the Job.
All right, and who was it that said that? Was that
It was Jess.
It was Jess.
Jess.
Let's get our tracker going for who says the episode names, because that's one of the most important things.
Yeah.
So it was Sarah Gallagher in the first one with Maze Off. It was the King himself, Matthew Israel. Episode 2 with the amateur homicide detective.
And episode 3 is Jess.
Mm-hmm.
So, it definitely seems like maybe there's a pattern. Maybe the 3 of them will be in an alliance, even though Sarah G is going to come back because of Redemption Island. Yep. And maybe they're the final 3,
Who knows?
Yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see what kind of twist George has for us. But yeah, this was a shorter episode than the other ones, but it had its fair share of entertainment because of the immunity challenge.
Yeah, so we start off after Tribal Council, and Akshay is playing dumb and denying having to be told to vote for Tarasky at all. So basically, Lavana and Akshay are trying to cover up that they knew that Tarasky was going to get votes.
What do you think of this by them? Is this a smart thing?
I can see why they would want to do it, because they don't want Tarasky to think that they straight up lied to him. But like at the same time, if Tarasky can see through it, then it's not a good move that they lied.
I feel like that's why I'm like, why didn't they just tell him then?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it wouldn't have been a big deal. Be like, oh, I'm pretty sure that Jonathan and Angela are going to vote for you, but it's whatever. Like, why not just tell him?
Yeah, I know if I was in an alliance with somebody, I would want to know, like, hey, like, I know we're all really strong together, but I think they might be writing your name down. I don't think there's any harm in that.
I think it's because Akshay told them to vote Tarasky, but he could have just maybe said, like, they wanted to vote you.
Well, why would he tell them who to... Oh, were they asking him, like, oh, we'll vote anyone you say? Is that the reason why? I feel like it could have been pretty easy to spin it as, like, oh, they told me they're going to vote for you, so, just so you know, you're getting votes. I don't know. Like, part of me is kind of doubting that, like, Cooper, Akshay, and Lavana are going to be super loyal to the Alexes if they're already kind of, like, throwing them under the bus a little bit. And like lying to them.
Well, the thing is, Cooper was loyal to them. Cooper was I thought, like, or at least what Tarasky was saying was like Cooper is being more like upfront and honest with me. And didn't Tarasky say that like he thinks that now like Cooper, him, Thal, and Kara are in like kind of a closer four?
Oh yes, he said that him, the other Alex, Kara, and Cooper were a type 4.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think that Akshay was definitely like trying to do a lot, and I think that like it was definitely smart of him to have had like the secret alliance with Angela.
Oh, I thought that was super smart, because like we didn't see a lot of that in the first couple of episodes, but now we could really see that they formed this bond really early on, and so Akshay was really thinking ahead, because he was thinking like if there ever comes a case where it's going to be a tie 3-3, like Angela will swing to our side.
Yeah.
Which is
I think that was really smart, but I think there's definitely a limit to like you had to be careful about that kind of stuff, because I mean it already looks like him and Lavana are kind of on the outs of like the majority alliance because of like being perceived as a little bit sketchy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, to an extent, you know, it definitely can be helpful to have that extra number. But if you're not careful about it, then you're just going to end up on the outs and kind of make people mad. Like it sounds like Tarowski is. So
I think Angela played it really well, and like she even said in her voting confessional, like I wanted to make sure like those guys don't know that I'm actually with them, so I'm writing down Tarowski's name. So I think she's playing it like perfectly in that point, and that she's made this connection now with the other side, but at least on her part it wasn't obvious, and it was maybe Akshay or Lavana that might have revealed that to people.
I agree. That was a smart move.
Yeah, like I guess like kind of like branded Angela really early on as someone who like I thought wasn't trying super hard, but I don't think that's really true at all. No. I think that she just like kind of got unlucky and her 3 was the 3 that like ended up on the outs. They're the 3 trios, and her trio was the unlucky one. I think that since then she's been playing it decently well. And that like making that bond with Akshay has like helped her to survive the last 2 votes, and like going into like the future, you know, they won a Muni challenge, they might not win another one, or they might get to a swap, and it looks like for now she's safe.
Yep.
Yeah.
So good for Queen Angela.
Yeah, Angela, if you're listening, definitely underestimated you.
Nice work.
Nice work.
Okay, so in the last episode, we speculated about whether Leia was going to tell anyone about the idol, and we get a little bit more of that this week.
Yeah, so she was like pretty sure that she wasn't going to tell anybody on her tribe, but like the biggest question for her was whether that she was going to tell Cooper or not, because they have, you know, pre-existing bond, but they're on separate tribe, and she ended up not.
She didn't tell anyone. She debated telling Cooper, but didn't end up telling him. There was a nice little confessional of Leia and Cooper at Leia's house, and Cooper was saying how, I can just say that I'm at my friend Catherine's house.
Yeah.
And we get a little bit of our good friend Katie lurking in the back.
Catherine Reed.
Yeah.
Katie, Catherine, same thing.
Yeah. Shout out to Katie, who's been producing for a super long time. Yeah. I mean, did all kinds of work for seasons 2 and 3 and still for 4. Like Katie Reed, we miss you. She's studying abroad right now. She's awesome. And I love that she got a teeny little cameo in episode 3. That was pretty great.
We'll have to see if she makes any more Survivor appearances down the line.
Exactly.
It was such a Katie cameo. Like, they were just talking, and if you, like, zoom in, she's literally just, like, peeking through a little hole, like, smirking. Classic Katie.
I just, like, think it's interesting how, like, Cooper and Leia are this, like, super tight, like, friend group. But at the same time, like, Leia seems to be playing him at least a little bit. Yeah. And, like, I feel like it'd be weird to, like, be playing with one of your really good friends, because I feel like one person might expect you to tell them like everything, kind of like the Alexes are. But like Leia is playing it a little bit differently than that. And I don't know if Cooper is, or if Cooper Cooper thinks that she's telling him everything when actually she isn't. Because it seems like the Alexes really are just playing, you know, for each other. Yeah. Leia's more playing for herself.
It seems like there's just one big Alex T blob that's out there playing, and you know, they're in the same alliance. They have control of their idol, which we can get to more later. But
they were roommates.
Oh my god, they were roommates.
I guess I'm curious what your guys' thoughts are, and like how fair it is that there's these 2 pairs of people who know each other. Because like, especially as we start to get down in numbers, like, I mean, I know now we're at what, like 15 left? Yeah, 15. Right there, that's 4 out of 15 people who like have had this like already kind of built-in alliance before the game started. Like, that's taking up like a larger and larger portion of the people that are left.
I mean, I get like they knew each other before, but also that doesn't necessarily mean that they're gonna like get along well in the game. I guess it just so happened that the Alexes do, but in general, like, it could almost be a bad thing, because it's like, do I have to tell this person everything? And that could end up ruining your game as well. Yeah. So I think there's like a trade-off.
And I feel like it's inevitable that it's going to come out eventually. Like, either you're going to tell somebody, you're going to have some slip up, they're going to find some thing of you on social media, even though they said they scrubbed their social media. So as soon as people do find that out, like, I feel like that just puts the most ginormous targets on your back in the game.
Exactly. So it's like a trade-off for sure.
Yeah, that's true. And I guess that doesn't necessarily mean you're always going to work together, because like, obviously, like, Leia and Cooper are working together, but Leia isn't telling Cooper everything. Maybe Alex T will backstab Alex T, or maybe Alex T will backstab Alex T.
The thing is, I don't know if Alex T has it in him. Like, I feel like Alex T definitely could, but Alex T just kind of lacks that killer instinct.
That's true.
I feel like that's just my impression of Alex T. I don't know.
I kind of feel the same way about Alex T.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know, Sarah. What do you think about Alex T? Do you think that Alex T is really able to do that in the relationship with Alex T?
Yeah. It's the T of Alex T.
I think what the T is about the T's is that if one T is threatened by another T, they will have the nerve to cut them off.
The tea that the T spilled in his one confessional when he kind of realized like midway that he's gonna have to start being strategic, you know.
Yeah, that was yeah. Do you have a quote of that?
I can play this game in like one of two ways. Like either I'm gonna have to like stop being nice to each other, or wait, I guess that's kind of what I have to do, isn't it? I'm gonna have to stop being nice to people, you know.
I loved how the music stopped when they came to that realization.
That was so funny.
George is doing amazing things with the music and the editing. Like, I don't know, it's great how. And then later in the episode, when, like the music cuts out and like Thal trips and we're just running down the field.
Oh my gosh! So,
guys, do you want to talk about that meeting where Cam was being a savage?
Yeah, well, where's the Cam been the first 2 episodes? I don't know. I feel like all of a sudden Cam got like super sarcastic in this. I don't know.
Like he was so sweet and innocent and like a little quiet.
Yeah, he's just like a little Harry Potter boy playing Quidditch.
Yeah, he's just a little lamer.
He felt like a Hufflepuff or something, but he might be a Slytherin. I don't know.
Harry Potter is the one with the wands, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sam. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically they're talking about how Cam's playing Quidditch and Liz was like, oh, that's like a weird sport or whatever. And Cam's all like, the meeting's exactly like I thought it would be, like everyone sitting in a circle, small talk. And he's all like, oh, Cam, how do you play Quidditch? I'm so interested to learn about your life.
It's so fun.
And then I loved his quote. He was like, isn't Brittany's dog really cute? Actually, yes, it really is. Shadow.
That was so funny. I remember that. Mm-hmm. Who was in that conversation? It was most of Maison, right?
Mm-hmm. So it was Matt, Cam, Nikhil, Liz, Leia, and Brittany. And then also Shay was there. I was actually really impressed with Shay for being there. And I thought that would save her.
I know. Oh
this
my
week.
gosh. Honestly, I'm kind of sad that Shay got voted out because like Shay seemed like a super like giddy, like upbeat freshman in the first episode. And then we didn't like really see any of her after that. So I was like, man, I'm like interested in like Shay as a character. I feel like she could be funny. Mm-hmm. You know, like we talked last week, like we wanted her and Nikhil to be in the Fashion Icons Alliance.
Yeah.
Like it's not happening.
Oh yes.
And then all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, she just like voted out. I mean, we'll break that down, you know, a bit more later. And I think that Mitch can probably give us some more insight.
Yeah. Wait, Mitch is coming on.
Wait,
what? Whoa! Spoilers!
Whoa! Spoilers!
should we bring him on now?
Yeah.
Hi.
Whoa!
Hello.
Whoa!
Hi, everybody. Hello.
Mitch.
How are you guys?
Where'd you come
I don't know.
from?
I thought I didn't download the app because I was listening it to on Spotify the past few times, but I did.
Oh.
So I'm here. But before we
Wow.
start, I kind of have a bone to pick with Sam and Jack.
What?
Because if I'm being completely honest, your impression of me were not good. No, your A's were not nasally enough. But I do love my mom. That part you got true. And I love the rest of my family as well.
All right, so list your family members and an order of who you love the most and who you love the least.
Well, in terms of my Survivor love, my mom and I watch every episode together. So that's why I gave her a shout out.
Oh, no.
But I have my mom Jill, my dad Rick, and my sister Natalie.
Okay, so you hate your sister the most.
Oh.
No. Come on.
No.
How are you guys?
We're doing wonderful, Mitch.
We're just about to start talking about the challenge.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
You were the shining star.
Yeah.
Everybody is saying.
So yeah, we wanted to bring you in to this episode just because of you're the front picture on the episode, you know. So gotta bring him in.
Actually, they just changed it. It's not Mitch anymore. It's Shay.
Excuse me.
It's not the
breaking news. No, I don't think so. I still see me.
That's so weird because I see Shay.
Maybe it's because you're halfway through the video.
I'll rip Shay, but we'll get to that.
Oh yeah,
I
see Mitch.
I see Mitch.
I see Mitch in the Kroger.
That's so weird. All right, whatever. mine's malfunctioning. We'll move
Okay.
on.
So how did you get stuck doing all the food stuff? Why did they make you do all those?
Honestly, it made it seem like I got stuck. I think I volunteered for it, if I'm being honest. I'm a pretty picky eater, but like some of it seemed kind of fun, like the ice cream, and like I was like down for the challenge of like I had never done a cinnamon challenge before, so I was like, let's just give it a shot. The lettuce I didn't want to do.
You could have been killed.
Yeah, you literally could have sacrificed your life for your tribe.
No, people have died doing that. So well, a funny story is, so the spicy thing was true. Like I completely got like spicy cinnamon. I had no idea what I was buying, but like it turned into something serious because the day after I got like a terrible sinus infection, and it lasted for 8 months, and then I had surgery in May. So this had a lasting repercussion, and now I see an ENT every single month because of this one challenge.
Man.
Wow.
Oh my
Insider
gosh.
info.
This is the dedication to the game that you don't see.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow. You sacrificed
I'm so
your
impressed.
nose for your tribe, and still didn't even win. Goodness.
It made me sound even nasalier than I already am.
I was just about to say, is that why?
But yeah, it was fun.
Wait, Mitch. So why did you buy the hot flavored cinnamon instead
Oh,
of the
I'm
normal
an
one?
idiot. I honestly, I was trying to get out of that Kroger as quick as possible. I just like had other stuff I wanted to do, and I wasn't really paying attention, if I'm being completely honest.
So you bought the cinnamon. You bought the lettuce. Oh, so talking about the lettuce.
Oh yeah.
So you were listening to some music. We heard you listen to some 21 Savage. And
did you see he just got
we wanted to ask you about.
Yeah, we were like, we need to ask Mitch his thoughts on the 21 Savage situation.
Well, I'm gonna be real with you guys. That's not normally my music of choice. I'm shocked that I was listening to that. I come from like a musical theater family, so I listen to a lot of Broadway and stuff like that. But that didn't make the cut. It got me listening to some heavy rap, which made me seem cooler than I actually am. But yes, he got detained. Yeah. And so thoughts and prayers are with 21 Savage right now.
I just feel so betrayed that he's been British this whole time and didn't tell us.
I know.
You know, what if there's another secret in the game we're gonna find out? Yeah. Maybe somebody else is secretly from Britain. And
are you secretly from Britain? Is this just a fake Fargo accent you have? Like,
no, this is genuinely Chicago Mitch.
Oh my God.
Sarah, are you in Chicago right now?
I'm actually in Florida right now.
What? Florida? You got some time off from work?
No, I have some conferences over here.
Oh, big shot! Getting paid to travel around the country.
Yeah, big one.
See, the thing is, Mitch, we are not totally. It's been a big controversy of the episode is whether Sarah actually is in Florida because she hasn't seen any alligators. So we're wondering if she actually is in Hawaii. I think it's kind of fake too. Maybe she's actually in Chicago and she's just trying to.
Well, we were neighbors for like a good couple months, and then Sarah left me. What? And she's now living in a different area of Chicago.
What?
Mitch and I lived a 5-minute walk from each other. We used to watch the football games at this bar called the Diag every weekend. It was such a good time. And now I left him, but he'll always be in my heart.
Oh, thank you.
Can we talk about somebody else who might always be in your heart now? You had a pretty tender moment with Liz under the
that was very smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So can you describe what that experience was like for you?
It was life-changing. So Liz was like all on board, and she was like, "Yeah, let's do it." And I didn't want her because she didn't ask me to kiss her. She just was like, "I'll kiss anybody." And like Shay was volunteering, and I don't think Liz wanted to kiss Shay. And then I was like, "Okay, this is like getting uncomfortable because nobody's like stepping up to want to kiss Liz." So I'm like, "I'll do it, whatever."
Wow, what you brave soul!
But she grabbed me by the face, and you could see like she went for it, and game recognizes game.
I saw that. I was getting saucy.
Yeah, me and Liz are obviously, as you see up to this point, very close allies. Who knows? Maybe more than allies. We'll find out.
Do I hear wedding bells?
You may be. No, I was thinking about proposing this week, so I'll keep you guys posted.
Oh, wow, that's inside information right there. So, what was it like to eat lettuce for an entire hour?
It was not good. I'm not like a big veggie guy. I just had McDonald's for dinner. I had Chick-fil-A like 3 nights in a row last week, so that was like the healthiest I think I've ever been.
Wait, Mitch, true story. I ran into your roommate on the train, Alex. And another Alex.
Oh,
yeah.
Your roommate's too with Alex? Oh my God.
I feel So betrayed.
No,
Yeah.
this Alex tells me that Mitch comes home almost every night with some Chick-fil-A, so he is
I'm not lying about that. No, Alex this guy's super healthy, and I think he like low key judges me about whenever I eat. But I have a pretty good metabolism, so until I get fat, like I'm gonna keep eating Chick-fil-A.
And you know, Alex wasn't on Survivor Michigan, so maybe he's just jealous.
I mean, we had plenty of Alexes on our season.
Yeah, more than enough Alexes to go around.
Yeah, we had more than enough Alex T's to go around. It's very true. So, were there any like really like crazy things that people did that didn't make the cut?
There was some stuff like I didn't want to do, like getting in, like jumping in the water. It was like pretty cold that day. But I don't know. It was, for the most part, it was like super fun. Like Leo, like that scene of her pitching the tent, that was like at 6 a.m. She like obviously you can like tell like she's super into this game and ambitious. And so she was all for it.
Amazing. Oh, I noticed that Jess said that she slept through the challenge, so she sat out pretty much. Like she slept through the announcement.
Well, we got the text at like 11:30, which is, so it's like totally reasonable, like that people were asleep at that time.
Yeah, but like just going off more on Jess, I noticed that it seemed like she hadn't really been playing. Like she was going to be out of town, and she was kind of just like, oh, whatever happens, happens. Is that like the vibe you got when you were actually playing with her?
Yeah, she did seem that way. I mean, when I met up with her, it wasn't shown, but I had like a one-on-one with her in the early part of the game, and she clearly like had never seen the show before. She, was just, I think, doing it just because it was a fun activity, which is like totally fine. And there was definitely other people like her that did it. But I don't like, if you look at somebody like Matthew, who's obviously probably one of the biggest fans of Survivor on the show.
Really?
Like, Matthew does watch Survivor. He knows it even better than I do. And so compare him to Jess, like obviously it's like day and night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or night and day.
But Jess was very nice. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah was saying something about the fridge in your house.
Oh yes, I noticed that you had a bunch of posters, like the same poster all over your fridge.
Yeah, I think they were like the Michigan basketball sticker, like the magnet giveaway. And my roommates like stole a whole box of them. And they just like all put them on. It was super annoying too, because every time I would open my fridge, they'd all fall down. But like, I don't know, my roommates you could hear them laughing in the background of so they were the ones who filmed me for the cinnamon challenge. And they were cracking up. They had a blast watching me do that.
I think everybody, even at home, had a blast watching you.
Oh, except myself and my my sinus surgeon.
And you doctors.
Yeah.
I feel a little bad about laughing at you that hard.
No, I laugh at it too, and my parents thought like it was hilarious. But I took 15 antibiotics between that challenge and my surgery.
Oh my god!
Well, paraphrasing what you said, if you're able to do the cinnamon challenge and go to the hospital, you should be able to kiss a girl.
Yeah,
it's true. I mean, yeah, small price to pay. How funny was Cooper's question?
Oh my god!
Oh my, yeah.
Oh my god!
I didn't know about that until this episode. Yeah. That was hilarious.
That was awesome.
The thing is, he picked like the largest lecture to ask that question in.
Yeah, was that like East 183 or something? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was East 183.
Yeah.
And because Cooper said it was hilarious. I mean, anybody else saying that joke, it's not as funny.
Yeah.
That's true.
True.
Very
I
funny.
agree.
All right, so the challenge ends. There's a really intense moment. You see all the reactions, people, and it turns out that Neela wins. So.
Woo!
Well,
I guess.
Sorry for Mitch.
So
did you guys know right away that it was because of that Nikhil didn't have his face in that video? Or
no, we did not. George did not like break down the points. He just said that we lost by 2, and I think we were all like pretty surprised because like we went balls to the wall. Like we did everything. I think like we when we tallied it up and like we saw all the videos, and we were like, okay, like we maxed out our points, and then when we like figured out like, that we didn't win, I think we all like kind of guessed that like somebody had screwed up or like not submitted a video or something like that, but we didn't know until like after the season that was the cause.
Okay.
Oh, so I'm assuming that both tribes did the maximum amount of things.
Yeah.
Well,
just like one messed up in your tribe.
Yeah, Neela was definitely more desperate, I think, to get that win.
Yeah.
Because they realized that like if they went down, what was that, 9-6? That's pretty tough. That's tough to come back from.
Yeah.
Especially Angela. I feel like it saved her this week.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Maybe
you guys are
not
almost,
though.
ready
I mean,
to
like,
trust
well, I mean, Angela could have became a swing vote.
Yeah.
That's true.
Because I mean, I don't know. Like, I haven't heard anything about what would have happened that week if they had lost. But like, I could easily see the Alexes and Kara trying to pull her, and then Akshay, Cooper, and Lavana trying to pull her.
Yeah,
That's true.
We'll never
you make
know.
a good point,
we'll never
Mitch.
know.
So I'm kind of curious if you guys were almost like, in a way, like ready to go to tribal. I mean, it's been 2 weeks. Like, you guys have your clear alliance. Is it the kind of thing where you're kind of like not that disappointed that you lost? You know, you said that Nilo was definitely more desperate, or like, were you all a 9-person happy family? You know, everyone just like hangs out and has pizza and, you know, talks about Brittany's.
Well, and I wasn't there. I wasn't there for that. I was hanging with my friends. If I'm being honest, like I didn't feel like that in danger, so I'm like, all right, I don't really have to go to this with, you know.
Oh, wow.
Well, I was fine. I ended up being fine. But like Cam said, like it was super like awkward and exactly like he said it perfectly. I knew exactly it was going to be just like a bunch of like annoying small talk and nothing really would come out of it. And so I was just like, I don't have to go.
That's true. I mean, if you're having a meeting that's supposed to be everybody, then you can't talk about strategy because everybody's there.
Especially if you feel like you're in this secure Maison, you're 6 anyways. So
the Maison 6 that looks pretty strong.
We'll see.
Yeah. So the people not in the Maison 6 are Nikhil, Shay, and Jess. And so I think we talked about Jess a little bit. And Nikhil, obviously, you had that kind of run-in with him last week where you just, like, saw him at the Diag or wherever you saw him looking for the idol. And, like, I was kind of curious if there was any follow-up from that at all. Or, like, if Nikhil and you tried to get anything deeper formed afterwards.
Yeah, I'm trying to. It's been a year and a half, so like I don't remember like every single conversation. But I think I reached out to him like once or twice, but like I don't think anything really ever substantial came from like running into each other that night. And like he said to Matthew in like one of the scenes today, like he didn't really trust me a whole lot, and nor did Brittany. And I don't know if it hasn't really been shown a whole lot, and maybe it'll be next episode. But like Brittany was like not about me being in the alliance at all, like. Really was anti me, and I heard that from Leah and Liz that like she just did not trust me one bit.
I remember in that first meeting, the one that you weren't there, basically, Brittany was like, everyone I like is here. And like you were one of the people who wasn't there.
It was me and Jess that she did not like apparently.
But I think it's funny how you kept running into Nikhil. It's like maybe he was stalking
probably.
you.
In the football field or whatever.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is he like obviously like you could see like wasn't taking the game as seriously as some other people, but he played like a pretty like substantial part in my early game because he was, you know, just like constantly like running into me and like people associated him with me. And like I didn't hang out with him like a ton, but yeah, he was always there.
Maybe you know you guys secretly had each other on Find My Friends and you just kind of like Maybe you had your Snapchat open by accident and he just like saw you in the Snap Map.
Well, I use Snap Maps, and I remember actually I turned it off that semester. I went hard that semester. I changed contacts in my phone so like people wouldn't see who I was texting. I turned off Snap Maps. I did everything I could to disguise some of the relationships.
So what are some of the things you changed your phone contacts to?
Yeah,
I remember I changed like Leia to like Lahe. It was like stupid. It was like not L-E, not like L-E-A-H, but it was L-A-E-H. And it was like it was an uncrackable code.
Uncrackable. All right, I'm now gonna refer to her as Lahe.
Did you change Kara to Kara?
Kara. That was hilarious. Jonathan was so funny. I think he got voted out too early.
Definitely. I feel like that about honestly like these first 3 minutes. Like it's back at Sarah Gallagher went home.
Yeah, heartbroken. I still think about it to this day. Sometimes I'm just sitting at my desk and I'm like, wow, Sarah was robbed.
Sarah was robbed.
Late night thoughts. Speaking of Lahe, she was doing some spying this episode on her good friend Cooper when he was searching for the idol. Let's dig into this idol scene.
I get it. Dig into it.
Oh my gosh.
That was good.
I have some insider info on Cooper's idol search that I got from Cooper himself.
Insider info.
So basically, the shots of him digging frantically in the volleyball court were after the second clue, when all he knew was that it was in the volleyball court, and he literally dug up like that whole thing. The third clue gave it away that it was in a corner, but that clue was released at like 2 a.m. And Cooper went immediately. It was like pitch black, but his phone died and he didn't have a light. And so that is when he dug the holes that Tarowski found in the morning.
Sounds like an excuse to me.
Yeah. I don't know. I saw the episode.
I was also gonna say Thal's expression when Tarowski was telling him that he found the idol was so adorable. You guys have to go back and watch it.
That was pure joy.
Mm-hmm. I just love how Cooper just did all the work for Tarowski. Yeah. Tarowski just waltzes right in, just like reaches into the hole and like literally just like pulls the idol out. He's like, "Oh, I don't know who was here before me, but like thanks for doing all the work." And I was like picturing Cooper just like going ham, in the middle of the night.
Hours and hours. Poor Coop.
It's like when you say a joke in class and like, you think you thought of it yourself, but like nobody hears it. And the kid behind you says it louder and everyone like hears it and laugh. It's like, that's Cooper and Tarowski. Yeah.
True.
So how do we feel about the fact that Tarowski told Thal about the idol? Because I know Leia isn't telling her BFF Cooper. So is it a good move that they're kind of formulating this really super solid, unbreakable pair, or do you think he should be playing more of an individual game?
I don't really see the Alexes turning on each other. Mm-hmm. Like I personally, I just don't see it. I could be wrong. Maybe Thal is secretly, this super evil mastermind. I feel like they have so much trust that I would really be surprised if they use information against each other. Mm-hmm. But if I were Thal, I'm thinking like we're playing almost a near identical game, except for Tarowski's found the idol. Mm-hmm. Like, what am I going to do to differentiate myself?
Yeah.
So personally, if I were him, I would be kind of plotting for like, how am I going to, later on make myself separated from Tarowski. So maybe he will use that information against him later on. Who knows?
I think there's like two ways to like look at how you, like if you tell somebody you had an idol or not. Like I think early on in the game, and this is like, I guess different for Tarowski and Thal because they like know each other, but like telling somebody you have an idol can be like a great way to like build trust early with somebody like you don't know. Like for me, like I didn't know anybody before this game, and that would be a good way to like, solidify an alliance. But like later in the game, perhaps like if you find an idol, like maybe like that's when you want to be like more secretive about it because, knowledge is power. And if there's only like a few people left, like you don't really want anybody knowing that.
That's true.
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't really think about it that way, but yeah, I guess like if you're thinking about one of the main benefits of telling someone about an idol is to build trust, then that kind of takes away the main reason for why Tarowski should tell Thal about it. Because he already has that trust. Yeah. Like, what is he really gaining from that?
I guess he like doesn't want to lose it if Thal finds out. They also live together, so what if he just like?
Well, that's a good point because like if he like doesn't tell him, like that like completely like ruins like because you would like they would each expect I think the other one to tell each other that they have it.
So if Tarowski did pull it out one tribal, Thal would be like, "What the fuck, man?" Like. Why?
I kind of think, in my opinion, I kind of think he made the right move probably by telling him. I think it was safer at that point in the game.
I think, honestly, Leia and Tarowski both made the right move because it seems like they're a lot closer than Leia and Cooper are. And plus, they're on the same tribe. So, like, it's more important for them to be, I don't know, on the same page.
Wow, you guys said that at the same time. What do you guys want to see happen with Neela?
So, I was saying earlier that I have not seen a ton of Angela, and I'm really just starting to see, like, it does look like she has a little bit of a game going here. Yeah. And Jack was mentioning, like, in her voting confessional, how she made a really smart move by voting for Tarowski and pretending she wasn't in the know when she actually was. So I think that like she definitely has more to her game than like we really kind of realized in the first two episodes. So I kind of want to see more with that. I know you mentioned, Mitch, like maybe there's some sort of potential of like the two trios and like her as a swing. That could be interesting. I'm kind of interested in what would happen with her tribe if there's another tribal. Especially now that Tarowski doesn't really seem to trust Akshay and Levana quite as much. Like, it definitely seems like their 6 is not a very strong 6 at all.
I mean, they've been tested. They've had to go to two tribals, and the Maison 6 has only gone to 1. But it definitely seems like the Maison 6 is more solid right now.
Yeah, I think so too. But I think I mentioned this last time. I would really like to see. I mean, I not necessarily want to see these alliances fail, but I do want to see them tested a little bit. Because I mean, as much fun as it could be to see these two giant 6-person alliances going at it, it could also be kind of fun to see them fall apart and see these people that are like kind of the underdogs in the bottom, like with Nikhil and with Angela and Jess. Like if they started to actually get empowered to make some moves to try to split this alliance up, or both of their respective alliances on their tribes, like that could be really interesting to see. So I'm really curious what happens in the next few episodes. I mean, the status quo could kind of stay the same, or I could also see like major shakeups, especially with like a swap, if that were to happen.
Yeah, I had a question about the actual vote out. So to me, it seemed like it was definitely either going to be Nikhil, Jess, or Shay, but I'm not sure why Shay ended up being the target. Mitch, if you have any more info on that.
I think at the end of the day, I think she talked to like the fewest amount of people, and like Nikhil was like had like talked to me, and he had that conversation with Matthew, who, and then Brittany, I think, trusted him through that, and Jess had talked to me and Liz. I think those two integrated themselves a little better than Shay did.
So even though Jess was out of town for half the week, I think she did a little better job. Yeah, Shay was so sweet though. So that final scene where she's on the phone, that's me on the background, and this like it was heartbreaking because like I knew at this point she was like going to be voted out, but her mom was videoing that, and she's like, "Oh, I'm here with my mom. Like, this is so exciting. I'm having so much fun." I'm like, "Oh, Shay, no!"
Oh my
I'm like, "Don't do it." But we had to do it. Yeah. Sorry, Shay.
Oh man, that's so sad. I feel like it's such a Mitch thing to be like really sad by that.
Oh, especially her mom. Like
yeah, I know.
If there's anyone else, it was
that
her
heartstrings,
dad, her sister, supporting, but the fact that it's her mom. Oh
yeah.
How'd you not flip your vote right there?
Gut wrenching. I was thinking about it honestly. Yeah. I could have made it. What would have that been? 7-2.
Yeah.
Speaking of moms, did your mom give you any advice before playing the game?
She actually helped me look for the idol. She came on what weekend was that? It was pretty early on. It was like before Leia had even found it. Like the only clue we had was like looking green, and so I forgot what she was there for, but we were just like looking through bushes and stuff. It was fun. We didn't find it obviously, but it was fun.
That's a good memory.
Did she give me advice? I think she just said like do whatever it takes to win.
Nice.
She didn't really like care if like because like I was a senior, so like I wanted to like make friends and stuff, but I really just like want to win. And so that was kind of like my mindset.
So is she? Have you watched any episodes with her yet? Has she been watching the episodes?
Yes, I watched episode 1 and 2 with her and my whole family, and they love it. They think it's hilarious.
I also noticed that everyone wore yellow to tribal council. Did you guys coordinate?
I don't think I did. I think I wore gray.
Oh, but everyone had like a hint of yellow.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah. No, we didn't coordinate, honestly. I think we just have a tribe full of really passionate players.
Huh?
Or people just have a lot of yellow Michigan stuff.
We do go to school where there's a lot of yellow.
It's Maze, by the way.
Oh,
yeah.
I know you guys still go there, so like you have no excuse.
Yeah,
that's bad.
The episode's called Maze On, not Yellow On.
Come on. Yeah. No.
Wait, it's called Maze On?
I thought it was Maze Off.
Maze On. Who came up with that? Mitch, do you know who came up with that?
Who came up with that? Wait a second.
That was Matthew.
Oh, it was Matthew.
Okay.
Matthew comes across like I feel like he's pretty polarizing, and I think a lot of people like him a lot to watch, and like a lot
Mm-hmm.
people are annoyed by him. He's actually like very different in real life.
Yeah.
Really like more like way more mellow.
Mm-hmm.
He's a cool dude.
He's a very chill guy. He's always chilling in the Ross School of Business.
Mm-hmm.
He's entertaining. I mean, you can't whether you like him or you don't like.
Yeah.
He's clearly like a very good narrator.
Yes.
And his confidence, like his blind confidence, is pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mitch, are we connected on LinkedIn?
I don't know.
Let's see.
I don't check my LinkedIn that often, but I'll go on right now. I'm at my computer.
All right.
Social media time.
Social media time. Let's do some stalking. JP Morgan Private Bank. Wow.
Are you connected?
Impressive.
Oh.
Let's connect.
He's from the greater Chicago area.
I can't I forgot my login.
You went to Ross and you forgot your login for LinkedIn?
Jack, that's just the Ross way of saying that they don't want to connect with you.
Oh, yeah, I forgot my login.
No, I'll pull it up on my phone. I have like the face feature.
Yeah.
So we're looking at his LinkedIn right now, and we saw that he was a part of.
This is my pride and joy, by the way. This is because I'm a business student, so like, this matters to me just as much as the game.
You were a summer camp
Honestly,
counselor.
Deerfield Park District.
Yes,
What
3 years.
you learned from that?
I was a counselor for each summer. It was like 34-year-old kids,
Wow,
and my very first. No, not 34. 30, 4-year-old kids.
Oh, those are old kids.
Jeez. No, the very first day I had on the job, we had this like sprinkler thing that like for like water time, and these 2 kids would like run through it, but like they would like close their eyes because they didn't want to get water in their eyes. And they went each from one side of the sprinkler, and they like banged their heads together. This one kid broke his nose. This other kid had a welt on like his head. And this was like my first day. I was only like a sophomore in high school, so I didn't really know what to do. I called 911. Yeah, it was a whole scene.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
You had to call 911 during Survivor because somebody just got burned so bad.
Whenever somebody gets blindsided at Tribal, we call 911 for the burn victim.
Wow.
Oh man, poor Shay.
Rip.
Do you think she had any idea that was gonna be her?
Probably not.
Oh.
She was a freshman, like Nikhil said. I think she was a little out of the loop.
Yeah. Because that would be tough. That was just your first few weeks of school at University of Michigan. So week 3? Like she's just been there for a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I would have loved to see if her and Lavana could have teamed up later in the season.
Oh,
an actress alliance.
Yeah, that would have been exciting to watch.
Freshman actress. Yeah.
Maybe on All Stars.
Yeah.
Let's talk Nikhil.
Nikhil, all right.
Yeah, Nikhil.
Nikhil was stalking you guys in the football field. So
we have to stalk him back.
Yeah, so basically, since Nikhil was stalking Mitch, we have decided that we are gonna repay the favor and stalk him. So, what grade was he again during the game?
Oh, he said
he's wearing 98
in 2020. So he would have been
a sophomore.
Yeah, future intern at Microsoft.
He plays Ultimate Frisbee.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, I'm gonna send him a friend request and see if he responds
on Facebook.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
He just seems like a well-accomplished dude.
Wait, I'm looking through his likes right now. He likes SpongeBob.
Oh, he's very into like cartoons. I feel like.
All right, I went all the way to all likes. I'll name off some interesting stuff.
Okay.
He likes Lin-Manuel Miranda and Nicki Minaj, which is an interesting mix.
Oh, okay.
And Lord, throwback.
I love Lord.
Yeah.
Wow.
He likes some soccer stuff. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Okay. We have a man.
Michael Cera's Face on Things Facebook page.
Okay.
Yeah, Science Bitch, a Breaking Bad page.
Nice.
He's an eclectic kid.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah.
I gotta respect the fellow computer science.
Cool. More like Nick Cool.
Nick.
Sam Groner.
Oh, Sarah, do you have some jokes prepared for Mitch today?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we have some jokes prepared for you.
Yeah, get the laugh track out.
So I ate a Laffy Taffy today, and it had a joke on it. Why did the elephant decide not to move?
Why?
Because he couldn't lift his trunk. That's so bad.
That's bad. Okay, yeah, that was bad.
You know what? I don't know who writes these Laffy Taffy jokes, but they need to step it up.
You just said it was funny. What are you talking about?
What happened after David had his ID stolen?
What happened?
We had to call him Dab.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Why do bananas have to put on sunscreen?
Why?
They don't peel.
They might peel. All right, we won't put you through any more of that.
Yeah.
Mitch, tell us a joke.
No, mine are all too dirty.
Whoa.
Oh.
That's what we need.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why they're jokes.
The adults are only portion of the podcast. If you're under 18, you have to stop listening. All right.
Yeah, this podcast. We have to make this podcast rated R by the end of the season.
Yeah. Not safe for work.
Okay, I could read this joke. What do you call a cheap?
What?
What?
A rip-off.
Oh! Out of here, you're dirty.
That was
We're
clean
never
enough. I could read that
Wow.
one.
We are seeing a different side of Mitch today.
Yeah. Wow.
This is work 13 hours today, Mitch, where I have no left to give.
Whoa!
That segment, I think we're done with that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anything else we want to talk about? Any closing thoughts in this episode, Mitch?
Yeah.
No, I think we have a fun one next week. I think if my memory is correct, you'll find out what pulling a Mitch means.
Ooh.
So I noticed that people were still in the same confessional as they were in the first episode. Like, same location, same shirt, like, especially Liz and Nikhil.
Yeah.
Just how that happened.
So I think, like, some people maybe at the start, like I remember when we did confessional, since it was, like, only George, like, we had to be, like, proactive if we wanted to get in front of him. And we had to be like, hey, like, George, I want you to film me. Or you had to film yourself. So unless, like, you were, like, really proactive, like, he didn't film a lot of us at the start that much. Mm-hmm. So I think what happened with, like, Nikhil and with Liz is that they didn't get their first confessional until, like, week 3 or so.
Okay.
So he kind of spliced George, the master editor that he is, just kind of, like, cut and pasted some stuff in different weeks.
Makes sense. I also have some more insider info.
Oh, man, let's hear it.
So according to George, Shay is one of the 2 people voted out this season who didn't have an ending confessional.
Oh.
You know, that comes after the next time on.
Yeah, I was sad that she didn't have one. I was waiting for that.
It's because she kind of just, like, walked away, I think.
No, her heart was broken.
Yeah, her heart was broken.
She had to go call her mom and be like, Mom,
Yeah.
oh.
But guys, George deserves a round of applause because he said this week, I'll go tally the votes.
Yeah.
Go, George.
So great.
George deserves a shout out for all he did with this show, because he's kicking ass, and I think it's getting recognized online because I'm super impatient, just like in general, and I was like nagging him probably every week for the past year and a half to get this out, and I'm glad he waited because it's a really good product.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah. We want to thank you, Mitch, for coming on.
Yeah.
You've been such
My
an
pleasure.
awesome guest. So much fun. We joke around with you, you know, and stuff like that. We try to do the Mitch accent, but all
just get better at it. If you could do it, if you're better at it.
Yeah.
Practice a little,
Right.
And then I'll be back, and I'll see how you guys do.
We'll do it again.
We should do a segment where we all have to, me, Sam, and Mitch have to say something, and Sarah has to guess which one is Mitch.
Wait, let's do it now.
Okay, close your eyes.
All right, I'm closing my eyes. Wait,
Why did you have to close your eyes? That doesn't make any sense.
We're not.
Why am I closing my eyes?
You need to close your eyes anyway. Then you can concentrate better on what you're hearing.
What is a good sentence for you guys to say? If I can
right.
do the cinnamon challenge, I can kiss a girl.
If I can do the cinnamon challenge, I can kiss a girl.
If I could do the cinnamon challenge, I can kiss a girl.
If I can do the cinnamon challenge, I can kiss a girl.
Too easy.
Yeah, that
Jack,
was
Mitch, and then Sam.
No, that was Mitch, and then Sam, and then Jack. You were wrong.
There's actually Cooper was in there. Cooper does that here.
Honestly, not bad though.
All right, well, we'll work on it. Thanks.
We'll get it eventually.
Thanks, Mitch, for being a good sport.
Yeah,
You're great.
Yeah,
Keep up the good work, you guys. It's very funny.
Thanks. We'll definitely have you on again.
Yeah.
In the future, unless you're voted out. No, I'm just
Aww.
We'll have you on even if you're voted out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hooray.
All right. Well.
All right. Well,
see you guys next
goodbye.
week.
Absolutely.
Bye.
Good night, Mitch.
Bye.
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 All right, guys.
That was beautiful.
Is there anything we want to cover without Mitch, or are we good?
I hate Mitch. You suck.
Yeah, Mitch is the worst.
Worst.
LOL. Yeah, we should end on that.